before we end the show, okay, I have in front of me one of the single most hysterical, absolutely beyond, I'm beyond myself at this headline, okay? This is truly, when I say this is so far the story of the offseason for the NFL, this is the story of the offseason. This is something that everybody needs to be focused in on. It's about a player. It's about, it's about injuries. It's about, it's a big story, a really large, plus-sized story. And I quote, NFL superstar Tyreek Hill broke plus-size influencer's leg by charging at her with, quote, crushing force after she humiliated him during practice football drills at his Florida mansion, lawsuit claims. I just want to take a moment just to really meditate on that. It goes on. Influencer Sophie Hall says Hill, quote, felt, quote, humiliated when she managed to, quote, hold her own and even knock him backwards during a series of practice drills at his Florida mansion. The five-time All-Pro retaliated by rushing at Hall and knocking her to the ground with such ferocity that she needed reconstructive surgery and months of physio, it's alleged. Again, it goes on. Hall, 35, an actress and plus-size model with more than 2 million social media followers, is suing the scandal-plagued, that's one way of putting it, Dolphins wide receiver for battery, assault, and negligence. But wait, there is more. Unfortunately, after getting humiliated in front of friends and family when he was knocked backwards during a friendly football lesson by his friend Sophie Hall, Tyreek became enraged and forcefully and purposefully shoved Ms. Hall, severely fracturing her leg. This is just, it goes on. Don't worry, it gets better. Hall claims the speedy wideout started sending her, quote, flirtatious Instagram messages a day after she enrolled her 10-year-old son in the Tyreek Hill football camp last May. The curvy OnlyFans creator says the Grittian star refused to believe she was 6 foot inches. She was 6 foot 1 inch, 3 inches taller than him. He flew her to Florida on June 28th and invited her to, and I quote, hang at his $7 million mansion in Swish Southwest Ranches, just outside Miami, the suit alleges. The sprawling property boasts a 10-person spa, putting green, NBA regulation basketball court, and a turf football field, where Hall watched Hill working out with a trainer. And this is, again, I'm going to say this one more time. Probably not one more time. It goes on. They have the screenshots of the DMs from Mr. Hill and Ms. Hall. I know it gets a little confusing with Hill and Hall. I hope I don't misspeak here. So Mr. Hill, the gentleman that he is, he engages first, as men should. Men should approach women. They should engage the conversation when you are pursuing a woman, even if you're married and or have like 5 kids with a bunch of different women. You should still initiate. Okay. He starts the conversation, messaging her directly on Instagram. He says, not. Okay, after a little bit of a rough start, she responds, not what? Reasonable response. Not 6'1". She responds, LOL, yes I am. There is no way, LOL, sheesh. LOL. You'll see. How will I see? You must go and teleport to me. As you can tell, Tyreek is he's got a tenuous grasp on the English language, but he's doing his best. He gets hit for a living. Maybe his head's been knocked around a couple too many times. Give the guy a break. All right. She continued. Yesterday, I literally just paid for your camp for my son, and now you're here. some sort of emoji of some kind. I can't really tell. The screenshots are in black and white for some reason. I don't know how that works. Then she posts a screenshot of the ticket or whatever for the camp, or I don't know. I can't really tell what it is. Some sort of ticket of some kind. And he responds, "We lit. Then I'ma see you towering over everyone, I guess. I've been known to be a good stepdad." Now, I don't really know that much about Tyreek Hill, but I'm just gonna go on a limb here. I don't think he has been known to be a good stepdad. Maybe he has, but wasn't it like just this past year he was like in trouble for a bunch of child support payments that he hadn't paid? Or maybe that was Antonio Brown. I don't remember. It could have been. Honestly, I get my psychotic wide receivers confused sometimes. What can I say? Meanwhile, is there any more of this that was fun here? Let's see. Let's see. I wonder if do they give like a rundown of what they were doing? Okay, here we go. We're gonna go through the top here. Hill asked his guest to adopt a defensive line position and encouraged her to rush at him as if he was chasing a quarterback, as if she was chasing a quarterback. British-born Hall had never played football, but did as she was told, according to the suit. Ms. Hall did as instructed, and on contact with the defendant, caused Hill to be pushed backwards, garnering laughter from the witnesses present at the time, including the defendant's mother, sister, friend, and trainer. Oh my. That's rough. His mom was there? Wow. He got embarrassed in front of his mom, sister, friend, God, and everybody. Everybody was watching, apparently. Everybody but me. Why wasn't I at I would have loved to see this. Apparently, and I'm quoting, apparently embarrassed by his loss of stability as a result of contact by a woman during the football play, Mr. Hill's attitude changed and he became angry. For the next few plays, Hall was instructed to play offense, hiking the football to an imaginary quarterback, while Hill became a defensive pass rusher. On the third play, Hill rushed through as Ms. Hall held her own against Mr. Hill. The lawsuit states, the blonde TikTok star didn't fare so well on the fourth hit. Defendant Hill charged into her violently with great force, resulting in significant and serious injuries. The crushing force was so great that she's just saying, okay, right leg fracture, blah, 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 surgery, things. I'm sorry, this is the story of the year for me. I know like a lot of people, they're probably, they're like, why are you even talking about this? Well, for one, it's Tyreek Hill, so it's football related. But also, like, this is like peak offseason content, okay? Like, outside of a major free agent signing or a trade, it's stuff like this. Like, random, like, oh, like, I don't know, Jalen Hurts was spotted at a club, or, you know, Patrick Mahomes spent $1 gajillion on a new mansion in downtown Kansas City or something. I don't really care about much. This is what I care about, all right? This right here, we need more, like, AI-generated stories. Like the fact that this is a real story. Maybe it is AI. I don't know. Maybe this was all made up. But I don't think so, though. There's like video of her in crutches and like with like a wheelchair. Which do you get both? I would opt for the wheelchair if I was. No, I don't. I've never broken my leg, so I don't know. Maybe it's not that bad. But yeah. Then they just talk about you know, all of his baby mamas, and he's got like 5 with a bunch of different kids. You know, I gotta be honest, like, all seriousness aside, I kind of feel for those kids, right? Because, like, their dad is a derelict, for one, and their mom probably doesn't really care that much about them. Like, they care about them in so much as it's like a leveraging tool for them to get money from a rich guy. So I hope those kids end up all right. They're in a tough spot. We'll just say that. They're going to need a lot of help and guidance. So hopefully they can get that. But you can read the whole lawsuit. Wow, that's crazy with exhibits and everything. That's nuts. That is nuts. Maybe I'll read that. Maybe that'll be my nightly reading. Just go ahead and read the lawsuit. But Woman flaunts outfit and crushes after Tyreek. What? that is quite the title of her video. But anyway, what lesson can we learn from this? Okay. For one, lesson number one, don't engage in women that aren't your wife, Tyreek. Don't do that. For one, you're going to get yourself into trouble, whether it's lawsuits, whether it's getting children that are born out of wedlock, or other such poor situation. Don't do that. It's not nothing. No good can come with it. Further, when engaging with these women, if you do so, don't engage in physical sports with that. Don't engage in a contact sport with them, because it's a lose-lose situation. Okay, if you play really well and you destroy them, well, you just destroyed a girl. Like, you're just like a jerk. Like, what? Why are you just beating a girl in football? Like, for one, you're an NFL player, so of course you're gonna beat her. Like, what? Just like, why? But if you lose, then you're highly embarrassed, because you just lost to a girl who is smaller and, well, I guess not. She's taller than him, but she is not as muscular as him. Obviously, not as physically fit as him. But you look like a fool, right? And then you just go crazy because you don't like being embarrassed. Being embarrassed isn't good, so you get all angry, and then you get angry at this girl, and then you break your leg. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's not a good idea. I don't advise it. So, with that, all this is to say, if you are looking for a role model in this world, don't let it be Tyreek Hill. I mean, like, I'm not going to tell you who you want to choose to be your role model. There's a lot of options. I mean, like, all of varying levels of goodness and virtue and all that fun stuff. Tyreek Hill, if Tyreek Hill is doing something, what you're going to want to do is do the furthest opposite thing of that. So, like, he's having a bunch of kids with a bunch of women. So, like, ideally, what you should do is, like, only have kids with one woman, if you're going to have kids at all. Like, just only do with one lady. So, and in this case, so, like, he's playing football and breaking legs of random OnlyFans, pornographers. Like, dude, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to, like, not talk to them. Like, you're just gonna not engage. You're gonna leave them alone, and you're certainly not gonna play football with them. So that's the lesson you got to take from this. Hey there, what you just watched was actually a clip from a larger show that we do every Tuesday night. What are you doing Tuesday night? Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the like button so that you don't miss out on any more of our weekly shows every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there.